Pest Control today for a free inspection. Call 888-888-HOME or visit homeparamount.com.
Tonight, late word on Ivanka Trump's new job, an official government employee in her father's White House. Her title, assistant to the president, joining husband Jared Kushner in the West Wing as critics raise concerns. A war of words escalates with the House Russia investigation quickly falling apart, prompting a bipartisan show of force in the Senate. Storm chaser tragedy, 3 killed as vehicles collide on a tornado hunt. A very dangerous and important job. Do they get too close? Multiple sclerosis breakthrough. Doctors report a life-changing treatment, dramatically slowing the debilitating effects. Tonight, a woman who went from a wheelchair to walking. And letters from Jackie, locked away for decades, Mrs. Kennedy's secret confidant. Nightly News begins right now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening. We learned late today that Ivanka Trump's recently announced informal role in her father's White House is about to become a formal job, despite her proclamations during the campaign that she had no desire to be a part of the administration. Ms. Trump is joining her husband, Jared Kushner, as an advisor to the president and a federal employee, albeit an unpaid one. The idea of the White House as a family business has rankled ethics watchdogs, and today's announcement was actually intended to address those concerns. But in taking the job, Ivanka Trump becomes the first daughter or son to work in their father's White House since Eisenhower was president. NBC's Kristen Welker has details.
Tonight, it's official. Ivanka Trump, now a federal employee in her father's White House. Her title, assistant to the president.
Thank you all so much for being here.
She's always had a seat at the table, at meetings with foreign leaders, and helping lead discussions on business and the economy, most recently moving into a West Wing office. It's a move Ivanka seemed to initially resist.
People think that you're going to be part of the administration, Ivanka.
I'm going to be a daughter, but I've said throughout the campaign that I'm very passionate about certain issues and that I want to fight for them.
But you won't be in
wage equality, childcare. These are things that are very important for me. I'm very passionate about education. Really promoting more opportunities for women. So, there are a lot of things that I feel deeply strongly about, but not in a formal administrative capacity.
But now she'll join her husband, Jared Kushner, in becoming an unpaid advisor. The White House writing, Ivanka's service as an unpaid employee furthers our commitment to ethics, transparency, and compliance. Ivanka Trump insisting tonight she's following all ethics rules, stressing her unpaid status, and writing in a statement, throughout this process, I have been working closely and in good faith with the White House counsel and my personal counsel to address the unprecedented nature of my role.
The concern is that the White House had taken the position that Ivanka Trump did not have to comply with government ethics standards, and now they're acknowledging that she does.
The move coming on the heels of her husband taking on expanded responsibilities behind the scenes, now tasked with bringing a business sensibility to help break Washington's gridlock, a political power couple whom the president trusts more than almost anyone else.
There's an understanding within the Trump White House that Ivanka Trump is much more engaged socially in Washington with her husband, working different political players, working within the administration.
And it was a family affair today with First Lady Melania Trump coming off the sidelines and into the spotlight.
Together, we must declare that the era of allowing their brutality against women and children is over.
For this president, loyalty is a key quality. So unlike presidents before him, he has multiple family members involved at all levels. Ivanka Trump's lawyer tonight telling NBC News she will file all appropriate financial disclosure forms required of federal employees. She will also be sworn in, although no date has been given. Lester.
Kristen Welker at the White House, thank you. Meantime, tonight, 2 diverging tracks in Congress as the House Russia investigation devolves into chaos and finger-pointing, an ugly war of words that appears to have prompted a big bipartisan show from the senators running their own investigation in the upper chamber. All of it playing out as a mystery deepens. Who is the secret source behind that Trump surveillance claim bombshell? NBC's Peter Alexander has details.
Tonight, ahead of the Senate Intelligence Committee's first hearing on its Russia investigation, a bipartisan show of force.
I have confidence in Richard Burr that we, together with the members of our committee, are going to get to the bottom of this.
That cooperation, a stark contrast to the House Intelligence Committee, now paralyzed by politics. Its Republican chairman, Devin Nunes, under fire from critics who question his impartiality after reviewing classified documents on the White House grounds last week. The president's spokesman still refusing to reveal who cleared Nunes in.
I have asked some preliminary questions. I have not gotten answers yet.
Former White House officials tell NBC News that information would be easy to obtain through visitor logs. Dismissing growing calls to recuse himself, Nunes is now accusing his Democratic colleagues of stalling.
It appears like the Democrats are not very serious about this investigation.
The committee's leading Democrat firing back, calling for a postponed hearing with former top officials to be rescheduled immediately, tweeting, "What's the holdup?" Also tonight, a bipartisan group of ethics experts are urging the Independent Office of Congressional Ethics to investigate whether Nunes went too far, disclosing classified information.
I have seen intelligence reports that clearly show that the president-elect and his team were, I guess, at least monitored.
Revealing secret details about surveillance of foreign targets.
He should not be disclosing classified information. And there's some concern that he did just that.
Nunes later backtracked. Tonight, the Senate's Republican chair is declaring his independence from the White House despite supporting Trump.
I'll do something I've never done. I'll admit that I voted for him. I've got a job in the United States Senate. It overrides any personal beliefs that I have or loyalties that I might have.
The test of this committee will be whether they will go relentlessly at the connections between the Trump campaign and Russia.
Also tonight, the White House is signaling a new willingness to work with Democrats to fix problems with health care, even after the president said he would let Obamacare simply explode. Still tonight, the prospects for a deal remain grim. The Senate's top Republican says Obamacare is likely here to stay. Lester?
Peter Alexander, thanks. And one final note from the White House, where President Trump announced plans today to take on America's deadly opioid epidemic. Following up on a campaign promise, the president is launching a commission to be led by New Jersey Governor Chris Christie to address the crisis. New Jersey is one of several states where overdoses have skyrocketed in recent years. Opioid addiction kills an estimated 78 people a day in this country, according to the CDC. Frightening moments today in Washington when shots were fired near the U.S. Capitol building. Authorities say police tried to stop a woman driving erratically, who then tried to make a U-turn and flee, hitting a police car and nearly striking officers. Police opened fire at the car, but no one was hit, and the driver was taken into custody. Investigators do not believe the incident is connected to terror. Across the South tonight, some 16 million people are under threat of severe weather across parts of 10 states. A strong line of storms moving east with the risk of tornadoes after tearing through Texas with powerful winds that reached up to 90 miles an hour, leaving behind a path of destruction. We get more from NBC's Kerry Sanders.
Tonight, powerful storms tearing through the South.
It's just amazing. I'm just in shock.
In Rockwell, Texas, these homes destroyed.
First, I thought it was a tornado, okay, because you heard the freight train sound.
But it wasn't a tornado. Instead, 90-mile-per-hour straight-line winds.
I didn't know what was happening. I had no idea.
It just happened so fast.
In Houston, a tornado did touch down. Wow. Toppling trees and tearing apart carports.
I didn't know what to do. I got panicked. So I stayed in the car and I just held on to the car.
Dangerous golf ball-sized hail also battering the region, forcing families to scramble for cover.
A huge old shattered noise happened, and we looked, and my back windshield was busted out, and it got glass all over my kids.
16 million people at risk tonight as this dangerous weather system moves east.
Strong tornadoes are possible, especially through Missouri and Arkansas this evening. Tomorrow, the threat pushes east, especially Tennessee and Mississippi. Those are the areas under the gun for large hail, damaging winds, and strong tornadoes.
Anxious hours still to come on a night of wicked weather. Kerry Sanders, NBC News.
Now to what's being called a medical breakthrough. Important health news for the 400,000 Americans who suffer from multiple sclerosis, a devastating illness that strikes between the ages of 20 and 40, and mostly women. Tonight, the FDA has approved a new drug that has proved so promising, doctors say it could change the way the disease is treated. NBC's Rahima Ellis has more.
This is the wheelchair Cristina Reyes doesn't need anymore, thanks to a new drug which doctors are calling a breakthrough for MS patients.
I'm good. We can go dancing. You want to go dancing?
Reyes was diagnosed at 15 with this neurological disease, whose symptoms include exhaustion, muscle weakness, and blurred vision.
It affected my movement. I would stumble a lot. I would trip, fall.
It got so bad she went from a cane to a wheelchair.
It broke my heart.
For people to see you in a wheelchair.
Yes, because I didn't want them to pity me or remember me like that.
On the verge of giving up the teaching job she loved, her last hope, testing a new drug called Ocrevus.
This is indeed a game changer for people with MS.
Studies found in patients with the kind of MS that relapses, it cut the number of episodes by half and appeared to stop the disease from getting worse. And for those with more severe progressive MS, it slowed decline.
For the first time, we now have a treatment that slows degeneration, walking difficulty, and immobility.
The drug costs $65,000 a year, but it's less expensive than the current medication, and it works better with fewer side effects. Expect it to be covered by insurance. Cristina gets infusions just twice a year.
It's almost unbelievable. It's a miracle drug. You need some water.
She's now able to plan a future.
Come on.
Free from crippling disability. Rahima Ellis, NBC News, Converse, Texas.
Now to a chilling 911 call in Oklahoma. Investigators say the target of a home invasion burglary ended up fighting back, killing 3 teenagers in what police say appears to be a case of self-defense. But in a remarkable twist, it is the alleged accomplice to the home invasion who might be charged with murder. NBC's Kristen Dahlgren has the story.
I've just been broken into. 3 men, 2 have shot in my house.
The 911 call came from this home near Tulsa, Oklahoma Monday, moments after deputies say 22-year-old Zach Peters shot 3 intruders.
Are they bleeding?
Yes, I believe one's down, one's still talking. You need to get here now.
And they broke into your home?
Yes.
Authorities say the 3 burglars, ages 16 to 19, were dressed in black, wearing gloves with knives and brass knuckles. All 3 died, but during the call, Peters only realized he'd shot 2 of them.
Okay, what did you shoot them with?
An AR-15.
Okay.
I'm still armed in the southeast corner of my house.
Okay. Okay, sir, my deputy's on scene. I need you to go ahead and unarm yourself and put the gun away.
Okay, it'll be unloaded on my bed. I'll still be in my bedroom.
The alleged getaway driver, Elizabeth Rodriguez, could face not only burglary charges, but also 3 counts of murder, even though she never pulled a trigger.
In Oklahoma, that if you are in the commission of a felony offense and somebody dies as a result of that felony offense, then you can be charged with first-degree murder.
According to the arrest affidavit, Rodriguez knew the homeowner, planned the burglary, and drove off when she heard gunshots. As for the shooter, Peters may not face charges due to stand-your-ground laws, which allow justifiable use of force against others if there's a presumption of imminent danger.
Preliminary investigation, it looks like it was self-defense.
Authorities say Peters is cooperating.
I believe one of them shot bad.
And the investigation is just beginning. Kristen Dahlgren, NBC News.
Still have that storm chaser tragedy. When most are running away from a tornado, they're running toward it, risking their lives in one of the world's most dangerous jobs. This time it all took a deadly turn. Also, remember that Best Picture fiasco? The Academy deciding the fate of those blamed for the biggest blunder in Oscar history.
Wait. I have a question. What is the Verizon way?
It means it's much more expensive. Sprint has always believed in unlimited at a fair price, which is why their unlimited plan is 50% less than Verizon and AT&T rates, with only a 1% difference in network reliability. Can you hear that?
Get unlimited, plus get HD video and 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. $22.50 per line for 4 lines. That's 50% off Verizon and AT&T rates.
No matter how dusty the room or how high the pollen count, Flonase Allergy Relief keeps your eyes and nose clear. Flonase helps block 6 key inflammatory substances that cause nasal congestion and itchy, watery eyes. For relief beyond the nose, Flonase.